Hello everyone, I am back. So I don't like to leave stuff like because I really like more like happy. That's what I prefer. So I said before on a previous upload that something happens when I go to sleep and like say I had like the very difficult, challenging night, and then when I wake up, I said I was recharged, but it's not that I get recharged. It's like I get leveled up. I can't really describe it but I have more than I had yesterday as far as strength. It's hard to explain. Tuned in, tapped in, turned on, stay in the vortex. That's Abraham Hicks, somebody I listen to and I have to implement. Like I said, when I find wisdom, I implement it because I need all the help I can. So firstly, I want to say congratulations to Preston because we completed our first year of homeschool. And so one of the things she teaches is always look for something positive, grab hold of that, and you'll get more good in your life. So I want to redirect it. Congratulations to Preston. We just pulled the trigger. I didn't want to have him feel unprotected because he was getting attacked as an intelligent black child. So we just pulled the trigger and did homeschool, and we completed our first homeschool, sent our documents to the home education office to Miami-Dade County, and so we actually did it. We just jumped, and I saw that movie, Jump, and a parachute will appear. So we did that. So congratulations. So I am going to admonish myself. So I do believe in self accountability, and the thing is, I never wanted to be out front. I'm a writer, and it's just challenging for me to be out front. I don't know why, but I don't want to talk either, even though I have a very nice speaking voice. But I was supposed to continue on with my transformation series, and I don't know, I just stopped doing them. And then this type of stuff happened when you're hard headed. And then so they kind of like give you a spanking or whatever. So I'll admonish myself for that. But I'm back. So here we go. It's funny how just Source or the creator works, where like I woke up and I was just like, oh my God, this guy, first of all, blatantly lied. And then to just have like, how you study people, like the greats, people that were maybe ahead of their time, or they're just greats, they have a different way that they think and they have the same reverberating theme where society attempted to tarnish their reputation and also discredit them mentally and call them crazy and stuff like that. And I was like, I feel like I'm famous. I feel like, oh God, I done made it with the people I want to be, like a great mind, and I'm there, So I got somebody trying to tarnish my reputation and then lies. I'm like, she crazy. She ain't got all belongs to her or whatever. So I don't know. It's funny how the universe works. Kind of, I don't know. We don't want to have an ego, but they know how to get you to. I woke this morning. I always ask for help. I don't necessarily call what I do praying, but people would say it's praying. So I'm a very disciplined person, so I ask for help every day, and you see why. But and I was gonna go out and run and everything, but I stopped myself and I said, I'm not gonna do that. I need to go and speak. This is the issue. This is why the issue, because I don't have a problem. I don't know if you guys remember, if you from Instagram, how I said I know how to look good on the outside, but I had a lot of work to do on the inside. So I just stopped that, and then I said, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna speak. So I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna speak. Yeah, like literally run, but like figuratively. And that's something that came to me last night when I was processing just everything that had happened, is that I was a people from, again, when I was talking about from the childhood, I was in a toxic family and my introduction to the world. If you didn't see that, you can go into my YouTube channel. I don't remember what part it was. It might be part 1 or 2, and you'll understand what I'm talking about, my introduction to the world and how I just been basically used my whole life, and I have a certain strength that people want to get into my energy and use my strength for themselves. So, and now I have to stand up for myself to everybody, even the old people. It's like the universe is putting me back in everybody's path to stand up. to them, and not be bullied and not be that people pleaser, and to avoid confrontation, because I really don't prefer to. I just prefer just, okay, whatever, just whatever. But now my new self, that's the way that I have to go in this path, is to just go head on and stand in my power. So I guess we can get started. How to transform yourself from a victim to Empress, Emperor energy. So I'm gonna do a little background, because you'll see if you decide to do a transformation, if you have been victimized or been a victim, and you'll have different things that sort of is the reason why you started. And so when I did the homeschool with my son, the reason we did that is because he was being persecuted because he was an intelligent male child, and I had to protect him. And I remember at the time, it was just me. It's always just me. And I had to go in there with the principal, with just me and her, and protect my son, even though I had never been protected in my life. And so I had to go protect him. So I don't know, that was like probably one of the first catalysts also that encouraged me to transform myself and start to walk in a different path from victim to Empress energy. And I think people that walk in a path like me, or you're like physically by yourself, you got to stop saying that you're by yourself, because I'm sure the creator and your ancestors are just sitting there looking at you like, okay, so what are we doing here? Hello, we don't count. So yeah, because some people, they have a lot of support, they don't do nothing with it. You got the best support because you're spiritually backed and supported. So this is going to be kind of all over the place, because I'm just like winging it. I'm feeling the vibe, so I'm just like, let me record. You always, when you start your transformation, you don't want to take anything personal. You have to remember you're a spiritual being having a human experience, so that you have to understand we're all vessels. And so when you start to get out of a certain energy that may been like to your detriment, that people around you can be used to attack you, but this is just the spirit hopping into them to attack you. So you don't want to get caught up into about too much, like, oh, is this person or that person? That don't matter, because a spirit can use any vessel. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So that's the first thing you got to shed, the connections and the titles like in this physical realm, and keep everything in the spiritual realm. And that'll help you also when you have challenging moments like what I had to endure last night. That it's not about the person, it's that spirit following you. And that's how you will have people you know that they don't know each other. You know the persons, but the persons don't know each other. And you say, oh my gosh, this person act just like so and so. This is a spirit that's following you. So you and that person's open to that. So that person way over there in Dade County act like a person in Duval County. That's just the spirit. So you know, when I started this and I said, I'm not going to run today, I'm going to talk. So you can't outrun it. You can't outrun the spiritual realm. So I'm going to pick up where I left off. I don't know if I was on part 5 or 6, or if I put the wrong one, but I remember the next step, and I was telling you the steps of how I created a systematic approach to self-transformation. And one of the processes that I implemented was I cut out all negativity. So anything that's negative, whether it's because we live in the information age, so you need to be very cautious about what you are ingesting. And I just focused on positive content. So one of the things as a victim that you don't get, and this is a reason why you are a victim and why you have been victimized, is you don't get respect. This is an element. You're not respected, and that's why you are a victim. Okay, so you need to be in spaces that are giving you respect, that are telling you're it, that are telling you are the best, that you are the greatest, that you can do this, and stuff like that. And you got to find this type of content that's suitable for you. Like I found a lot of people on YouTube that helped me with that, and they lifted you up, they lifted up your spirit. So again, even if you are an individual like me, where you don't have the physical people around, you still, because we in the information age, can find people to uplift you. This is going to take discipline from on your part, and that's why I said in the other part that I had, where I say when it's time to take action, people will wane off, because sometimes people want to be victims because you're used to that energy. And then when somebody tells you, like me, that say, no, actually, you can change if you want to, it's all on you, then, what are you going to do now when you do have the power? And a part of that is staying away from negative content. And so we don't want to talk in the negative. We want to talk in the affirmative. And so you want to stay in positive content, stay in things that are uplifting, that's beautiful, that make you happy, that make you laugh, that make you smile. Anything that triggers you, anything whether it be the news, some of these YouTubers and stuff, don't go on there. Clean up your social media pages, unfollow, delete, block. Even if it's a person that's just negative and stuff that posts stuff, you want to clear it out. And even if it's just someone you're following and they're kind of down in the dump type person, and all they post is that, you need to unfollow them too, or some kind of way where it's not popping up into your world, right? Because everything that you use and everything that we're used with, we're in a technology age, is real. So there is no like, oh, this is just YouTube or this is just Instagram. No, everything you ingest is coming into your life, and you're taking that in. So if you're watching content that's hostile and violent, then you on some level are going to be hostile and violent. You're not going to be able to transform yourself. You got to keep it light. You got to keep it beautiful. You got to keep it happy. I'm just smiling because the creator loves me. Like, if last night didn't happen, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to you. I would still be like, I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it later. So I'm going to conclude here, and I'll come back. Really, this time I am going to come back and give you more details about just staying uplifted, because there are hurdles as always, but you're going to overcome them because you're watching and you want to transform yourself. So that's why you're here. So there's a few hurdles as far as like, don't just jump into stuff like, oh, this person's, I call them do-gooders. You got to watch people. So you picking up on stuff, you got to be like, yeah, I'm okay. If you ever feel like that, listen to it. And don't matter what they saying, something is off. And so, but get you some positive content. Start it as soon as you wake up and stay in that positive content all day until you go to sleep, and just keep doing that. So that's the next step. And I don't know what part this is, but I will be back like literally like in a couple days. I'm gonna post more. Feed me, it won't be long till happiness wakes up to greet me. It's for Lemonquesha Jenkins. So anyway, congratulations to you if you made it this far in my series and stuff like that. And you can do it. I'm one lady. I'm backed and supported by the creator, but it's just me. And one thing I'll teach you, don't quit. We don't quit. We don't do that. Okay? So I'll be back, and I'll see you around.